Hello students, this is a help video for your composite transformations. This is the 8th grade section of IXL P.15 and I'm going to work a few of these with you in case you need the review. So composite transformations or transformation composition means, if you remember from yesterday, it means that more than one transformation has been performed on a figure. So we've got this triangle here, and what we would do is, looking at this, it says graph the image after the following reflection, or after it's like they're calling it a glide reflection, which means it slides first and then it reflects. So we need to do a little bit of work here on these points. So let's name these points. Let's do X, Y, Z. And then we'll look at the different transformations. So point X is 8, 12. Point Y is 2, 9. And then point Z is 8, 3. So if you remember, to do this sort of a transformation, the best way to do this is one step at a time. And so first thing we would do is the translation, and then we would take that figure or those coordinates and we would reflect them across the x-axis. So it looks like this one is being translated 16 to the left. So we can look at each of these ordered pairs and rewrite the ordered pairs. I'm gonna grab a different color because I just like to do these in different colors as I go. So for the translation, I'm gonna do that one in red. For the translation, x prime, we're gonna subtract 16 from each of the x's. So 8 minus 16 is negative 8. And then the y's stay the same. Y prime is going to be 2 minus 16, which is negative 14, and the 9 stays the same. And then Z prime is negative 8 again, and the 3 stays the same. So we can graph that, but we don't really have to because we know that there's another transformation that needs to be performed on this. So let me get a different color. And so the final transformation is this reflection. And so I'm going to do that one in green, and then we'll graph it where it needs to go. Reflection across the x-axis, if you remember your arrow rule, is going to be the x stays the same and the y changes to its opposite. So let's change these. I'll just write this over here. X double prime would be, the x stays the same, negative 8, and then this changes to its opposite, negative 12. Y double prime, that would be negative 14, negative 9. And Z double prime would be negative 8, negative 3. Okay, so this is the one that we're going to graph. Let me grab the right tool here. So X double prime is negative 8, negative 12. Negative 8, negative 12, okay? And then Y double prime, negative 14, negative 9. Negative 14, I think that's the 9 right there. Yeah, that's the 9. And then negative 8, negative 3. Negative 8, 1, 2, 3. Right there. Okay, so this green triangle is the blue triangle translated 16 to the left and then reflected across the x-axis. Let's see if we got it right. Nice. Okay, let me erase this stuff. Okay, so we have a 20 already. That's pretty good. Okay, so let's do one more here, and then we might jump a level. So 2 transformations have been performed on this triangle. The first one is that it's moved 15 up. Okay, so the y plus 15 means it's moved 15 up. And then we want to reflect it across the x-axis. So let's figure out what the points are first. Okay, so let's see, we have UVW. UVW. U is at 11, negative 13. Let's see, V is at 3, negative 9. And W is at 11, negative 5. Okay, so what it's going to do is it's going to move up 15. Now, if this was just a simple translation, all we would really, we wouldn't even need to write these coordinates down. We just need to like count 15 up from here. But because there's another transformation after that, to me, in my opinion, it's better to go ahead and write down the coordinates and then change them, do the first transformation and then do the second transformation and then graph it. So let's go to maybe red. All right, so this one's going to be red. So U prime, all I'm going to do is I'm going to add 15 to the Y value. The X value stays the same. B prime, 3, and then that's going to be 6. And W prime, 11, and that will be, add 15, that'll be 10. Okay, so I don't need to graph this. I'm gonna graph the next one. So let's get a different color. Let's do blue. So this one's gonna be in blue. Now, reflection across the y-axis. Let's write our arrow rule. Reflection across the y-axis. Excuse me. The x is gonna be opposite, and the y stays the same. So let's do that. That's going to be double prime, negative 11, 2. V double prime, negative 3, 6. W double prime, negative 11, 10. I hope I did that right. Let's find out. Negative 11, 2. Negative 11, 2. Okay. Negative 3, 6. Okay, and negative 11, 10. Negative 11, where's 10? Is that 10? Negative 11, 10. All right, I'm going to press submit. Y'all hold your breath. I know y'all do when you do it. When you click submit. Let's see if we got it right. Yay! Okay, good. All right, maybe let's jump a level. We are at a 36. Let's jump a level and see what we get here. Okay, we're at a 68. All right, so this is a rotation, so that's what makes it a little bit more difficult. So I'm going to do one more of these, I think, and then I'm going to stop. We're already at 8 minutes. Okay, so let's figure out what our coordinates are. We have H, I, J. H is 9, negative 8. I is 6, negative 5. And J is 3, negative 8. Okay. Different color pen. I like using different color pens. Let's go red for the rotation. 270 degrees counterclockwise, 90 degrees clockwise, same thing. And the arrow rule for that is, let me make sure, 270 counterclockwise. Y, negative x. So they switch places, and the original x changes to its opposite. So H prime is going to be negative 8, negative 9. I prime is going to be negative 5, negative 6. Yep. And J prime will be negative 8, negative 3. Okay, so there's my rotation. Now I have a translation. Let me change colors one more time. Let's go to green this time. So this is going to be green. So what I need to do is add 2 to all the x's and add 13 to all the y's. So let's put this over here. H double prime plus, and you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to do all the x's first. To me, that's easier. So I'm going to add 2 to all of these numbers. So that's going to be -6, -3, and -6. Okay? And then I'm going to add 13 to all of the y's. So -9 plus 13 is 4. -6 plus 13 is 7. And -3 plus 13 is 10. So this one is the one I want to graph, because that's after the second translation. -6, 4. -6, 4. -3, 7. 7. -3, whoops, 7. There we go. And -6, 10. -6, 10. Okay, so this is after a 270-degree counterclockwise rotation, and then a translation right 2 and up 13. I hope we got it right. Let's check and see. Yes, all right. Okay, so we're at a 76, and for my students, that would mean that you got credit, because a 76 I would round up to an 80. So anything above a 75 is fine for your credit. If you're one of my students, remember that if you get above a 90, that's above a 100 in my grade book. So anything above a 90 is above 100, and if you get to that 100 SMART score, that's 110 in my grade book.